Hi, my name is Dan Stong. I'm one of the designers here at Cryptozoic, and I'll be talking about Adventure Time Card Wars today.
Multiple people asked, can you play Darklands solo?
You technically should be playing it with a partner. That's the way the game was designed to be played. However, there's no reason you can't play two-handedly with playing both sides of the Darklands landscapes, two different decks. You could run it one-handed on a lower difficulty setting. That might be possible, but it is a pretty tough format, and you might have a little bit more difficulty with it. It's not necessarily balanced for that kind of gameplay experience.
Highest Bonsai asks, does the inclusion of zero-cost faction cards imply that zero-cost rainbow cards can no longer be used with any landscape?
No, rainbow cards still exist with any landscape type, but zero-cost faction cards were a way to have more targeted effects within a subtype of the landscape style of card. So it allows you to play around with those abilities at a cheaper cost and give you kind of smaller tastes of what they can do.
Blythe asked, why did the landscape types for Peppermint Butler and the Lich change from the original Kickstarter's cards?
So we originally had those cards as Kickstarter exclusive hero cards with a couple of cards with them to encourage you to build around. Now, when we did a poll at the end of the last Kickstarter, we asked what characters you would love to see in the next collector's packs. Some of those characters had already been done, so we decided to go a different direction with their hero abilities. That necessitated changing their type in order to fit those new abilities.
Daylight asks, how do you come up with cards? Do you do top-down or bottom-up design?
That's really a case-by-case basis. Sometimes you'll just think of a funny name for a card, and you'll just go off of that, and how could that work? Or an art description that really affects the way you think about a thing. Or, it might just be, we've got this many stats on this type of card, we need to do this more, and how can we assign that in a similar way? You'll notice cycles like kangaroo cat, kangaroo bat, or somebody already mentioned the Mancer family.
Sydney asked, how much fun do you have sharing these ideas with one another before and while hammering them out?
It's a lot of fun. You get to look at missing archetype feeds, new mechanics that can fit into places that they didn't before, interesting things we can do with underserved playstyles. It's just really a joy to be able to fill in all those gaps. I actually joined this process a little bit later. It's already been mostly designed, so now I'm just working through the dev of it, and it's been a hoot.
Multiple people asked, what kind of future content can you tease for us?
Card Wars has slowly been expanding. There's new collector's packs, there's now Darklands, there's the doubles tournament format. I think if this Kickstarter continues to show that people want more Card Wars, we're going to continue to make more Card Wars, and we've got a lot of areas to explore.
Pig Rock asks, is it possible to draft?
Currently, it's not possible to draft. You could do your own version of it, but right now it's not supported because booster collections that are available for the original booster cards are just a flat amount of cards. You could build your own packs and do some form of drafting if you wanted to, make your own little Adventure Time Card Wars cube, but we don't currently have official rules for that. But it's an interesting thought.
Joel Mitchell asks, what was the first board game or card game you worked on, and what did you learn from the process that you apply to Card Wars?
So the first card game I worked on was a party card game called Super Fight. So it's literally every conversation you've ever had arguing about who would win in your comics and your TV shows, but what if, and you apply attributes to them. And I think the big lesson from that I've continually gone back to is, does this serve the question that the game is asking? Does this feel fun every time I read it? Is this enjoyable? What about this serves the game? It's such a small idea for a party game, but it's just something that keeps coming back to me is what about this is good? Why do we like this? Why is this fun? Let's make it more fun. We need to inject more fun all the time.
Demonic Shark asks, would you consider making the Kickstarter exclusive cards available in this one?
If you're referring to previous Kickstarter exclusive cards, like the Lich and the old Peppermint Butler, and those cards are available in the Ultimate Collection as an add-on. If you're talking about generally making the Kickstarter exclusive cards available as like a separate add-on. I think that's kind of unlikely right now, like as a newly packaged item. I don't necessarily see that happening.
Right, well, Dan, thank you so much.
Well, thanks for having me. If you like this, we definitely enjoyed interacting with you all and getting your questions and answering them. We hope to do more Q&As in the future because we feel like this is a very passionate community who has a lot of fun engaging with the cards and the other members of this community. And the discourse has been great to watch. You've all been very civil, and for that we thank you. Go out there, spread the good word. Card Wars from Adventure Time. It's on Kickstarter. It's doing great. Can't wait to share it with you. Bye.